Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is March 13th, 2026, and this is my weekly market review. I'm reviewing the Dow 30, that's DIA, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over to these charts and see what we see. I'm going to maximize this quarterly chart, resize this, and what we see. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. We got kind of like a bearish piercing pattern on the Dow. We got a lot of selling pressure, which we know has been going on out there right here, and all that's this whole wick thing that we have up here, and all. We've passed the 50% point. Some people look at a 50% point of the previous candle and all to see, okay, is this thing really going down? Yes, this thing is really going down. Even though at this time we still have higher lows and higher highs, but this thing is in a sell mode and all. So be mindful of that on this big picture. Let's go ahead and go down to our monthly chart and see what we see there on this monthly chart. This is where you really see it. You can see at this time, we got a crazy looking evening star, with a big red candle right here, this big red candle in here. It has also dipped below the 9-10 moving average, which is this blue line right here. So technically, at this time, although we haven't completed the month, we are in a bear market on the Dow when it comes to looking at the Dow. The Dow made that crazy drop out of the pattern that it was making before, where it was making these higher lows and higher highs, and then that 1 week, like a week or so ago, it broke the bottom. That floor had been banged on, and it broke. Being my bullish mindset, I was hoping. I was kind of expecting a pop, but we ended up getting a drop and that drop is continuing at this time, as we can see here on this monthly chart. But let's go ahead and go down to our weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, this is what I was talking about here. We was getting these patterns here before, and I was wondering again. We was getting the pop, and then we didn't get the pop. We got the drop, a big crazy drop, and we've gotten followed through on it too, also at this time. So again, and we're almost where I would expect this thing to go. Is down here to the support 3 level, But let me delete that right quick and let me show you the next level. Again, since we're almost there, where we will be going is to our 50 moving average. A lot of the other indexes are already below the 50. This is a weekly chart. On the weekly chart, the other indexes are already below that 50, I believe. I have to go back and double check that, but I think they are. And I don't think any of the other ones are this close already to a support 3 level. So again, this could be close to being over with, but we got to kind of wait and see. The other thing is this whole area right here where this market kind of did this and came back in this whole demand here. We are right at that whole demand level too. That's going to be right around here at this level here, which also is kind of lining pretty close up to this support 3 level. We've got to see what's going to happen. And that goes back to this whole little area right here where this market came up out of here, retested that level again back into this bullish little area, and then took off. So this is a real, come next week, is going to be a real key week to see if this market is going to really slip to the downside, or is it going to be time for us to get our reversal come next week. Yeah, so let's go ahead and what I hear on I'm going to zoom that in down. So on the daily noise here, we can see already when we made that slip, we got below the 50, and we couldn't get back above the 50. Only one day here that it actually came back up there and tried testing that. We ended up getting an evening star and a confirmation of that, and we're already on here. We're already down to the 200 moving average on this daily chart. So again, like I say, come next week. Next week is the week that we kind of expect this thing to give us a reversal, if we're going to get a reversal anytime soon. If it doesn't happen next week, look out below. This thing can continue to slip quite a bit, and that's just what I see here, and this doesn't look good. Because the other thing that I can see come next week, we will be opening below pivot. and our support 1 is below. This is our support 1 right here. It's below the 200. So again, that's going to look pretty bad because a lot of times the big money, if they're looking at the 50 and the 200 on a daily chart, once they get below, that 200, it's that time for them to start, okay, we need to dump some of this stuff. We don't want to take too big of a hit. I don't know. I can't say that. Again, it's somebody I used to talk to. That's what they used to say. The big boys look at the 50 and the 200, and they didn't like anything going below the 200. So just be careful. Be mindful of what you're doing and pay attention to your trading plans and your trading strategies and trade accordingly. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was that crazy thing that happened on Monday, caught us off guard. Didn't expect it, But again, if you waited on confirmation, you never got confirmation of this. So you should have never got on the wrong side of the market. You should have been able to stay on the right side of the market, continually playing this thing to the downside, because you did not get confirmation. And that's why we talk about confirmation. And again, pay attention to your technicals. Pay attention to what the money is saying, And the money is saying that we are still in a downward trend. So that's it. Now that is it. And that's all I really have to share at this time. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.